Well, hello there, friends. Check this out. Paella for you. I made it for you. This is beautiful. Wait until you see how we make this. It's not exactly easy recipe, but trust me, it's worth it. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to do it. All right, friends. Well, as you could see the picture, it is definitely an involved recipe. This is not Wednesday night, the kids are hungry, let's make a paella. This is the recipe you have to plan for. And I'm going to try to make it as fast as possible so that I don't keep you too long. But this is the recipe, then you're going to have to relax and see. First, a lot of mise en place, a lot of prep. Okay, I'll go through the ingredients, how you put them in, but just to introduce you a few of the ingredients, we got chicken in there, we got serrano ham, we got chorizo sausage. Today I got beautiful grouper, I got red snapper, I got small shrimp, I got big shrimp, I got scallops, I got chicken thighs that have been seared, so they call them brown, they're not cooked. And I got a pork tenderloin in the brine, and we will go over that in a minute. I'll do this separately, because making a paella is going to be something we're going to do in stages. I got chicken stock we're going to cook the rice in. So I'm going to start right away. I'm going to turn the heat on, and like I said, this is a recipe, friends, that is going to take some time. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to saute the rice. Rice, the traditional rice to use is calaspara rice or bamba rice. But most of you are not going to be able to find that unless you order it in advance, unless you know where to get it. So I made a recipe, I created a recipe for you guys using Uncle Ben's long grain rice. And I'll give you the exact specification in the printed recipe that is below the video. If you click on more, you'll see all of the links are in there with the recipe, okay? So we're going to start. First thing we're going to do is we're going to saute the rice. And we're going to saute with a little onion. So I got beautiful olive oil right there. And we're going to saute some onion. And this is the typical paella pan that you can find online. We're going to saute some onion, and then we're going to saute the rice. This is a very important process, folks, to do saute the rice. For those of you that have made a risotto, you know how important it is to saute the rice. Well, same deal here. And you can also use it if you have an arborio rice. But a bamba rice, calaspara rice are the traditional rice. But you're going to be amazed at how delicious it actually is with a regular Uncle Ben's rice that you can find at the store. So we're going to saute this step right here, friends. Put a little bit of olive oil. Make sure I have a garlic olive oil that I'm using, because I like to use flavored olive oil. We got beautiful flavored olive oil here in our store, so I use them. I like them. It's really up to you what olive oil you use, but you want to use a good olive oil. Always use an extra virgin olive oil. And then what we're going to do, we're going to make a saffron infusion. Saffron infusion we're going to make. And saffron is one of the most expensive spices in the world, friends. It really is. And the reason why it's so expensive is because it takes 200,000 flowers to make 1 kilo of saffron. And the flowers is called a crocus flower. And this is from the lily family. But it takes 200,000 flowers to make a pound of saffron. That's really amazing. A kilo of saffron. So this is it right here. So what we're going to do in a minute, first we're going to saute the grain of rice. These steps right here, friends, you cannot skip. Because if you skip that step right there, then your rice is not going to be nice and firm. We want to build the correctness in the rice. It's so important, friends. So we saute the rice right there, right? And then let me tell you a little bit. I got the chicken in here, and the chicken is the thighs. We'll remove the skin, and I just pan sear them really quick. So then it's easier. It's going to get more flavor to begin with, but then it's easier for you. It's all done already. You don't need to do it. But you can certainly do it in here if you want to, okay? Then we got everything cut. You see, look, mise en place. Don't start cooking until everything is ready. This is going to be a delicious dish, my friend. You're going to love it. You're going to really, really love it. You can smell it. I can smell my olive oil already. It's really, really something really nice. So what we're going to do, we're going to saute our sausage in the same time also. The chorizo sausage. That's going to give us a really, really nice little caramelization of the sausage right there. You see? And then we're going to put the saffron, and then we're going to make the infusion. We got a lot of goodies in there, friends. This takes a little time, but man, it's so delicious. This I'm going to make a paella right here for about 6 to 8 people. So everything you do, you got to have at least 6 or 8 of it, of chicken thighs, big shrimp, scallop. You got to have at least one of each. That's what I do, huh? So we continue sauteing there. We're starting to smell delicious in here. Smells wonderful. This is a step we cannot rush, my friend. We cannot rush this. So I saute that grain of rice constantly, you see? All right? Then we're going to add the saffron. And that stuff is expensive, let me tell you. And you want to make sure you get beautiful red saffron. And last time I used saffron, I said the best saffron is for Spain. But I got people from all over the world said, no, it's from here. No, it's from here. Hey, you know what? Wherever you can get it. It's good saffron. You get it wherever makes you happy. It's beautiful saffron all over the world, friends. All right, so here we go. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my saffron infusion, and then I'm going to saute my bell peppers. You see, in the meantime, my grain of rice is starting to do it. So I got fresh orange juice. Fresh orange juice. That's a Paella Valenciana. We're making the saffron infusion with the orange juice, fresh orange juice. And this recipe, folks, was taught to me by a very dear friend of mine. He used to be my chef in my restaurant many moons ago, Eduardo Centengiol. He retired lately, but he was an amazing Spanish chef. And he created a recipe. I mean, he didn't create it. He made it in my restaurant many times. It was such a success. So now we're going to put the peppers. We got yellow peppers. You got green peppers. You see, nicely diced. Red peppers. All different colors. This is looking beautiful. You see, look. This is something, boy, you gotta have your prep, eh? Right? So we got all this right there. And now, let me make sure I don't forget nothing. The seafood will come later. And now we're gonna put our stock. And I got 2 cups of chicken stock. And I'm gonna introduce all this right there. See, nice. You see? Then we're going to put some garlic in here. You can't forget the garlic. That's why I pre-measure all the ingredients in advance so I don't forget. This is the puree of garlic that I make. And I made a recipe online, friends, for that garlic puree. If you just chop a couple of cloves of garlic, if you don't have that puree, don't worry about it. It's still going to be delicious. All right? So what we're going to do, let's mix this garlic up really good. Let's not forget the salt and pepper, which I always do. There you go, little pepper in there. All right, little salt. Little salt. There you go. All right. Let me mix all that up really good. Take a towel, because this is starting to get a little hot, you see? All right, mix it up. I want to make sure I mix all my garlic really good. My garlic puree. I think it all went good. All right, okay, so now I'm going to reduce the heat a little bit. And then we're going to get ready for the oven as soon as I put my chicken in there. All right, so now remember the chicken, like I said, friends, the chicken is just pan-seared, so it's nice and pretty, okay? And we got that Maillard reaction. Nice caramelization right there. So remember, you put as many of those as you have people for dinner. Okay? It's really that simple. Well, you know, we got some beautiful juice right there. I'm going to put it in there. All right? So remember, right? Whenever you do this, friends, you got to put it, everything you're going to put in, we're going to put it in stages. We're going to go in the oven and we're going to cook this guy right there, right? And then we're going to take it out. And then we're going to do we're going to put the seafood, and then we're going to put the pork, and then we're going to put the mussel. We're going to do it in stages. I'm going to show you the whole thing so you'll know exactly how to come up with a beautiful paella. So now, I'm going to teach you a new culinary term. It's called submerge. I'm going to show you what that means so you understand it. So you know, when you make the paella, you got to submerge. And this is what I mean by submerge. You see, look, submerge. Everything is submerged. You see? Look. Whenever you're putting a new ingredient, you got to make sure everything is submerged. You see? because if you don't, it's going to dry out in the oven. All right? So when we put a new ingredient, which is going to be the seafood next, we're going to make sure we put them in and we submerge. All right? So now, my friends, I'm going to go in the oven. I'm going to put this. I wish you were here because let me tell you, this is going to be amazing. Okay? So I'm going to pop them in the oven. Right there. Let me put my shelf out. And I'm ready to go. Look at this. You haven't seen nothing yet. You watch. Here we go, my friends. All right. So I'm going to put this in the oven. And I am going to put all the seafood away for now. So I'm going to put it in the fridge. And I'll go back to that later. Oh, mamma mia. You know what? I forgot to put the ham. That's okay. I can put it later. It's a Serrano ham. It's already cooked, so it's no big deal. I could have put it in before. That's okay. I'll put it in later. Not a problem. I'm going to clean up all this, and I'm going to show you about the pork tenderloin, because we're not going to cook the pork tenderloin the whole way in a paella. We're going to part cook it, and then we'll put it in a paella. I'll show you. Let me clean up all this. So give me 2 minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, friends. Now we're going to do the pork tenderloin. We're doing it separately. And the reason why I like to do it separately is because I want to keep it nice and moist. I don't want to dry it out in a paella. It cooks better if you do it separately. And I'll show you. I have it in a brine. A brine is basically a salt water. Salt water with, I put molasses, I put juniper berry, and I'll give you the full recipe if you want to brine. Let me tell you, you brine your pork tenderloin once, I promise you, you'll never not brine them again. It's so much better to brine them first, okay? Otherwise, it's dry, okay? And I don't want it to be dry. So now, I'm making this because I'm making a paella, and the paella is in the oven right now. And but you can make this for dinner. You don't need to. And you see what happens is when you brine the pork tenderloin, it doesn't have that bright red color anymore. It's going to stay pink. And wait until you see how beautiful it looks like. So I dry it because I'm going to put a dry rub on it. So I want to make sure that it is not too wet, you see. So look, I'm drying it really good. And then I'm going to put the dry rub, and then I'm going to pan sear it. And then I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to part cook it. I'm going to part cook it because I don't want to cook it all the way because I'm going to finish cooking it in the paella. Okay? So I know it's a lot involved, but here, look, you want to do it correctly, then you want to do it correctly. You know, and if you want to skip that step and you want to put it in the paella and cook it, you can do that. But trust me, it's well worth it to do it the way I'm doing it, right? So look, a little dry rub. I will give you the recipe for that. Main ingredient, of course, is going to be the brown sugar and the cumin, but it's got a lot of different spices in there. I'll give you the recipe for it, and you can make it. It's really no big deal. And this on pork tenderloin, on chicken, it's absolutely delicious. You put it right on there, and it's really, really not difficult to do. You can make it an extra in advance. And what we're going to do now, we're going to pan sear it. I'm going to saute it in a pan. I'm going to get a beautiful golden brown, and then I'm going to pop it in the oven, and I'm going to cook it, okay? So you watch. Really, really quick. We're going to get it right in there. Make sure the pan is hot. That's really important. I want to make sure my temperature of the oil is perfect. And I'm always looking for 375, 365. I'm going to pan sear it. And wait until, well, I was going to say, wait until you smell it. That's what happens usually when I cook during my classes. All my customers, they smell it, they go nuts. No, really, this is really good. All right. Okay, so now we're going to put it in the pan, and we're going to get a beautiful, we're going to get some beautiful caramelization on this. And then I'm going to pop it in the oven. I'm going to cook it. And while it's cooking for 10 minutes, then I am going about 10, 11 minutes, maybe 10 minutes because it's a small one. It's not very big. I'm going to cook it to undercook it to like 130, which means it's still going to be like medium rare, which is not the way we want to eat a pork tenderloin, but I don't want to overcook it over 145. So I'm going to finish cooking it in the paella. Okay? But if I were to eat it right now, I would just pan sear it, cook it all the way through to internal temperature 145. If you've never had pork tenderloin cooked 145 degrees, let me tell you something, friends. It's amazing, okay? It really, really, really is. If you could be here and smell this flavor, it's just amazing. Absolutely amazing how beautiful it smells in here. So we're going to get this beautiful crust on it, you see? Look at that beautiful crust on it. It's going to be amazing. Trust me, folks. Absolutely delicious. You see? I'm going to put some of that beautiful on it. See? And this with mashed potatoes and a beautiful sauce. All right, it's good. So now I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it on the cookie sheet, and I'm going to pop it in the oven. Really that simple. Okay? And I'm done. And the next step, I'm going to take the paella out of the oven, and I am going to put the seafood on it. I'm going to first put this in, and then I'll take the paella out of the oven. Okay, so I got all my seafood. Now let me take it out of the oven. You see, it's a back and forth, folks. This is a very involved recipe, but a lot of fun. And let me tell you, there's nothing like it. This is really, really good, okay? So now, I got all my seafood here. I just wanted to show you real quick. This is a beautiful red snapper. Look how beautiful that is. How do we know it's fresh fish? First of all, no smell. Not even a little bit. It don't smell like fish. If it smells like fish, no good. Okay, so bright bloodline. You see, that's the number one sign. Then you have a beautiful fish. Look how gorgeous that is. Look at how gorgeous that is. This fish is absolutely beautiful. So we got grouper, we got snapper, we got small shrimp. So let's do it. So first we're gonna put the small shrimp all the way around it, just like this. All the way around it, we're gonna put the small shrimp. Hey, you know what? Let me not forget to put the ham, friends, because I forgot to put the ham earlier. But it's okay. It's okay. Like I said, it's cook time already. Serrano ham. So here it is. We're gonna put it in here. Let's not forget to do that. All right. I'm good. So now I'm gonna put the shrimp. Now remember, everything is in a circle. Everything is in a circle, right? Because when you serve it, you get a slice of it, kind of like, you know. I mean, it's a kind of it's a strange term for a paella, a slice of paella. But you know what I mean, right? You get like a whoop, and you get a little bit of everything, right? So sometimes I put too much stuff in it, but hey, it's better be too much than not enough, right? Too much than not enough. Nobody's gonna complain and go, oh, you know, your paella was delicious, but it was too much. There you go. Look, spread them out. All right. So then we're going to put the other fish, a beautiful grouper right here. Right there. Look at this. That's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. No smell, not even a little bit, okay? If fish smells, something is wrong with it, okay? So look, we're going to put this. I just wanted to show you. This is my dinner. Then scallops, beautiful sea scallops. Those are beautiful sea scallops. They're from Maine. Beautiful seafood in Maine, boy, let me tell you. What a nice place that is. Here you go. Let's take a big scallop. Boom, right there, okay? Okay. All right, so now we're gonna put the shrimp. Those are the big shrimp. Those are U15. That means no. What am I doing? I'm putting the shrimp after. You'll see. I wanna give, okay, so now salt. Remember that. You gotta put salt. I got to use my fleur de sel salt. Fleur de sel. You can use a Mediterranean sea salt, whatever salt you want, but you got to put salt. This is fleur de sel. Fleur de sel is an amazing salt, folks. If you've never used fleur de sel, oh, it's amazing. It's crunchy. It's from the Galanga area of Brittany in France. It's got no anodized flavor to it. It's a very clean salt. Little pepper in there. Little pepper. Right there. And what else do we do now? What do we do now? We submerge. Okay? All of that seafood now, we have to submerge it. You see, look. Submerge it. Okay? And now it's going to disturb some of the beautiful thing you just did, but you have to, otherwise it's going to dry out. Submerge. All right? And then the next ingredient we're going to put in, it's going to be those big shrimp right there, and then we're going to saute separately. You watch, because they look better. They just look better. You know, you're going to say, well, I don't care what it looks like. Well, then put them all in there. I just think it's worth the trouble, my friends. Submerge. See what I'm doing? Don't be afraid to do this. You must do this, friends. Now what's going to happen right there is all that seafood is going to cool the cooking process now. You see? All that seafood in there is going to slow down the cooking process because it's all cold stuff. Make sure I don't forget nothing. Later on, we're going to put the tomatoes. Okay, I'm good. All right, I don't want to forget nothing. All right, I'm going to turn on the oven. Turn on the oven. It's already on. I'm going to put it back in the oven. Okay? And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to clean up. I'm going to take out the pork tenderloin. I'm going to slice it. I'm going to show it to you. And then we're going to finish by sauteing the shrimp. And then we're going to cook the mussels. We're going to do them separately. You'll see, again, it tastes better that way. All right? Okay, we're back. The pork tenderloin is ready. I'm just going to take it out. It's not ready. It's like I said, it's not finished completely cooking. But I'm going to take it out of the oven now. I'm going to let it rest. That's all. I'm going to put it right here. I'm just going to let it rest. I am going to now cook the mussels, and then I'm going to saute the big shrimp, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next, okay? The paella is still going out there. We're going to cook the mussels. And to cook the mussels is very simple, folks. We're going to put a little bit, we're going to steam them. They cook so much better if you steam them, my friend. You don't want to put them in a paella. I'll tell you why in a minute. First, we're going to put a little bit of onion in there, and we're going to put some fresh thyme. We're going to saute this for a second. Then we're going to put some garlic and white wine. We're going to steam the mussels. This could be a dish on itself right there. Let's talk a little bit about mussels. They come from also Maine. If you see a mussel that is open, does that mean the mussel is dead? No. It means it's sleeping with its mouth open. Let's hope this one does. Look. See where it is open, right? So what you want to do is you want to have a talk with him. Okay? And right there, she's not listening. You know, in French, there's he and she. A table is feminine, a car is feminine, and a mussel is feminine. So I say she, but I don't know if it's a he or a she. I have no idea. Anyway, so does that mean it's dead? No, it doesn't mean it's dead. It means it's sleeping with its mouth open. So what we want to do, let me put the white wine in there for us. Oh, first let me put a little garlic, eh? Just a little garlic. Right there, a little garlic. It's my garlic puree that I make. This makes it easy. You can put a couple of cloves of garlic in there, don't worry. And white wine. And this is their last meal. You got to be nice to them. So what you want, you ticklish them. Look. And if it closes right away, by itself. If it closes right away like this one just did, that means it was alive and you wake it, so it closes. If it doesn't close, I mean it's dead. If it's dead, you're not cooking it, okay? So let's see if I can find another one. Well, now I'm making so much noise, they're all awake. So if you see an open one, have a talk with her. And if it doesn't want to listen, just squeeze it and it'll close. That means it's alive. You see, look, there's not even one open. And then you want to smell them. If they smell good, they should smell like the sea. If it smells rotten, that means you got a rotten one in there. Not so good, okay? So this broth right here, folks, we're not going to use that for the paella. This is, you can just put a little cream in there, a little cognac, a little butter in there, and you can make an amazing bisque out of this, okay? We're going to cook them just like this, right? And then we're going to put a top on it, and we're going to keep an eye on it. The second they open, my friends, that means they're ready. So we're going to keep an eye on it, and then we keep an eye on it. As soon as they open, we take them out. All right, we take them out. So I want to saute those shrimps, friends. Then I'm going to put on top of the paella, right? I got the salt and pepper right there, and then we're going to put those beautiful shrimps on top of the paella. You watch, it's going to be nice. All right, first I'm going to saute them. I got this beautiful garlic olive oil that I'm going to saute this with, right? And then we're going to put them on top of the paella. The pork tenderloin is resting, which is what we want. As soon as I'm done with the shrimp, I'm going to slice it. I'm going to get it ready. Because the next time I take the paella out, we're putting all the final ingredient on it. You see? That's why I'm doing this separately. I want to make sure my shrimps are beautiful. They'll cook in a paella like this, okay? But you see, they just look prettier. And paella, you go through so much trouble trying to make it look pretty. You want to make sure you do everything perfect, you know? And like I said, this is a fun thing. You get all the kids out involved in the kitchen. Everybody has fun. One does the mussel, one does this, one does this. You see? Keep an eye. Don't open it. Don't open the mussels. You see the steam right here? I like to do it with a pot, a glass pot, so I can see what's going on in there. All right, let's see. Make sure the oil is hot. Yes, we're going to saute our shrimp because you don't want to overcook them. By the way, that's the same way I cook my clams. Same way I cook my clams. Why do I align them in the pan? I have no idea. You don't have to align them in the pan. I am I don't know what you call it, but mamma mia, sometimes I wonder about me, yeah? So look, don't open it. If you open, you lose the steam. You want to steam it. That's how they get the most plumpier. Let's see how we're doing with the pork tenderloin, friends. Well, you know, let me not to do too many things at once. I got 3 things going on already, right? I got 4th thing going on. I got the paella to worry about it. I don't want to do another thing and then screw it up. It wouldn't be the first time that I try to do too many things. You see, look, you see what I'm talking about? Look how pretty they look. You see? You see? Now, I know they would get pretty in a paella, okay? But you have to admit, they look a lot more pretty this way, right? And you know what we're going to do? We're going to put a little bit of parsley in there to really, really give them some beautiful color, huh? Just a little parsley right here. You don't need a lot. And we're going to finish cooking them in a paella for a few more minutes after that, you see? Okay, we're done. We're done. I turned the heat off. We're done. So we just get a plate. They are slightly undercooked, which is what we want. This time I'm not going to align them, okay? I'm just going to put, oh, stay over here, you. You see what happened? When you cook and look at the camera, you don't pay attention. We're going to put them aside, okay? Right there. Leave them here. Don't forget them. Okay, so now, what do we got here? Let me see. Let me look at the mussels, friends. Let's see. I can't see nothing. I can't see nothing. Most of them are starting to open. Let's see where we wanted the heat on. Yeah. Sometimes I cook, I go, how come it's not cooking? Because I forget to turn the heat on. So let me see what I got here, friends. We're looking good. We're looking good. Do I pick? If you pick, you lose all the steam. Do I pick? All right. I pick. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let me see. Yeah. We're good. That's it. Turn the heat off. Turn the heat off. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, friends. Look at this thing. Look at this. Turn the heat off. Look. You see what I'm talking about? Look at this. That's it. That's a mussel. See now they're beautiful and plump. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, yeah, baby. Beautiful. Okay, so you don't like mussel? Don't put them in. Don't worry. Somebody will eat them. I'll eat them. Okay, so let's take the pork tenderloin. We're going to slice it with a slicer. Yeah, let me use this right there. Oh, yeah. If you could be here and smell this, you wouldn't believe it, how beautiful it smells. This is for me later. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Can you see that? Let me tell you something, friends. For those of you that like well-done pork, it's because you never had me prepared for you. So, look at it. Is that gorgeous or what? Can you see it? See how beautiful it is? Wow. Remember, you let it rest, eh? It's so beautiful. Look at this. So, it's a little pink for some of you, but it's okay. Remember, it's going to go back in a paella. It's going to go back. I eat it like this, believe me. This is like, for me, to me, it's perfect. So now, let me take the paella out and finish putting all the ingredients here one more time. Okay, it's starting to cook. Everything is starting to look good. So now we're going to take our pork tenderloin. And this we're going to finish cooking it for a little while. You see, friends? Everything on there. All right. Make sure you have at least one for each person. And then what do? We submerge. All right. Keep pushing it in. Keep pushing it in. Keep pushing it in. Keep pushing everything in. We don't need to season the pork because it's totally seasoned, friends. So we're going to put this in the oven, finish cooking the shrimp, and for some of you, finish cooking a little bit of the pork. And then we're going to take it out one more time after that to finish it up and display the whole thing. Okay? All right? So now we're going to put the shrimp in there. You see? Now you see the shrimp and you go, oh yeah, now I can see it already starting to come together. You see, friends? And then the next thing we're going to do after that is going to be, see, the shrimp need to continue cooking. We're going to go back in the oven just for a few minutes. All right, we're starting to look good. We're starting to look good. Then we got chopped tomatoes. Put them at the end because you don't really need to cook them that much, just to get them hot. All right. And then we got peas. Peas. You got to put peas in there. See, now it's starting to look good. It's starting to look good. And then the mussels are going to seal the deal. A little chopped parsley toward the end. We're going to get all this wet, this hot. Right there. We're starting to look good. We're starting to look good. All right, now we're going back in the oven to finish all this for a few more minutes. It's going to be good. All right, here we go. All right, all right, all right, all right. So, one more thing that I need to do now is to clean up and to do a lemon crown for the decoration. Paella is an old-fashioned dish, so we're going to decorate it the old-fashioned way. We're going to make a lemon crown. So let me clean up all that stuff, and then we'll start doing it. We're going to finish preparing it. Okay, well, like I said, paella is an old-fashioned dish, so we're going to decorate it the old-fashioned way. We're going to make a lemon crown. Most of you have seen those. If you go to a country club, if you go to a cruise ship, everything is decorated with lemon crown. You cut both ends very little, though, otherwise you squeeze it, you get it right in your eye. And then what you're going to do, you're going to take a little paring knife, and you're going to go in zigzag. See? Zigzag. That's it. Make sure you don't drink too much wine when you do that. Because if you do, you'll have such a zigzag, then, and then plus you'll cut yourself. This is a dangerous thing to do if you're not careful. Zigzag, see? See? Zigzag, can you see? Zigzag. Yes, this is old-fashioned cuisine, folks. That's the thing I used to do in the 1970s. That's before a lot of you were born, friends. Yeah, you got to make sure you find the other side. When you do this with a big lemon, you go, where is the other side? When you have the other side, you'll know because you can do this. Okay? So, like I said, this is really old-fashioned decoration, my friends. Cut a little bit more so it's straight, right? And then you take a very fancy, very fancy here, folks. A little bit of lemon, a little bit of parsley in here, and voila, we got a decoration. So now, my friends, let's clean up a table because we like it clean all the time. There you go, right there. All right, so now let's take the paella out of the oven, and we're going to do the final presentation with the mussels. All right, here we go, friends. That smells delicious. We're going to put it right here. We're going to make sure I don't burn myself. So at this point, what I like to do is I like to put a little bit more of the tomatoes. Just a touch more of the tomato. They're fresher in color. They've been peeled and seeded, but just chopped tomatoes, right? I like to put a little bit more of the bright green peas that have not been in the oven. Just a few of them, right? And then we're going to take the mussels. Whoo! We're going to take the mussels and we're going to put them all around, my friends. We're going to put the mussels all the way around it. All the way around it, you see? We're going to put the mussels all the way around it. Just like this. Oh, you know what we could do? Oh, that's good. Just like that. I change it all the time. You know, just like this. I think it's good, just like this. We'll take our time. We're going to make it look pretty, my friend. Remember, this is, you went through all that work. You got to make sure it looks good now. Move out of here, you. Oh, look at this. They're gorgeous. The little one, I put them in here. You'll see why in a minute. See the little one? Put them right here, the little one. You'll see in a minute. The big one, they go on the side. And the little one. And the little one. You know. I made them in part of two. I got one shrimp too many. Maybe we'll put it here. What do you think? I gotta get organized. Two mussels of shrimp. Two mussels of shrimp. Two mussels of shrimp. What do you think? I got it good. Leave it here. Leave this guy here. Right there. Little ones. Little ones. Little ones. Little ones. Just like this. You know what? I'm gonna eat this one. It's in my way. All right, let's see. Little one, I want little ones. This is not a little one. There you go. Little one, little one, little one. One more. One more little one. There you go. I think it's the same one I just picked up. Put a lemon right there. My friends, we're getting close. We're getting close. We're getting close. All we got to do now is a little parsley on top. And voila, my friends. We now have a beautiful paella for you. Paella means for you. Here you go, my friend. Enjoy. Gorgeous paella. That's what paella means. It's for you. Here it is. Enjoy, my friend. I hope you enjoy making this recipe. Take your time. You're going to have to take your time. It takes a long time. I almost forgot. I got to try to eat it now. Now that it's not so hot, I'm not going to burn myself. I'm going to eat it. While I was waiting a little bit, I decided to redesign it. Look. I put mussels all the way around it, and I moved the shrimp up a little bit. I think it looks better that way. But either way, you know it's going to be delicious. So I'm just going to grab a couple of mussels. I'm going to move them aside right there. And if I just go like this, I'm going to get myself a slice. It's going to have my pork. Look at it. Look how beautiful that is. It's going to have my shrimp. It's going to have my scallops. It's going to have my fish. Right there. You see, look. I got the whole thing. All I got to do is just go around it. Right there. And I got all my stuff right there. You see? Right there. Look at this. Look at this, friends. Look how beautiful that is. Look at this right there. All I got to do now is just take a couple of mussels, put it on my plate, and I got myself a beautiful serving right here, friends. All I got to do now is just take a bite of it. Look at that beautiful fish right here, friends. Oh, yeah, baby. This is going to be delicious. Now I'm going to speak with, oh, this is hot. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, woo! It's hot. You're going to love it. Make sure you make it, friends. See you next week. If you like that recipe, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We need new subscribers. And don't forget to ring my bell so you get a notification every time I put out a new video. I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching.